Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication.
A.m. It's Citizen FM 93.7. Good morning to you. Hoping you had a restful night and you're looking forward to having a brilliant day. It's the 23rd day of September 2025. Tuesday it is, and it's another work day. On your way to work, wishing you a great day at work. Thank you for joining us. It's time for us to see what's happening across Africa. We'll see what's happening in the news across Africa between now and top of the hour, 8 o'clock. And at 8, we'll be switching things up to see what's going on in Nigeria. We'll be looking at headline news across the country. We have The Guardian, Punch, Nigerian Tribune, This Day, Daily Sun, Spotting Sun, The Daily Monitor, Pen Pushing, and a lot of other papers we'll be looking at later on from 8 o'clock. And then at 9, we're bringing you news on the hour. Right after that, Citizen Sports will be hitting your airwaves. Insight is up at 10. And at 11, you'll be enjoying good music on the top of the hour. 12 o'clock when we're bringing you news at noon. So let's see what's happening across Africa. Let's begin with up North Africa. Morocco. Morocco is rolling out a streamlined electronic travel authorization for citizens of some African nations, just a select few. It's in anticipation of the 35th Africa Cup of Nations, which is scheduled to hold from December 21 to January 18. December 21, 2025, all the way to January 18 of 2026. And guess what? The policy is aimed to ease entry for fans crossing borders to support their teams during the tournament. Hey, before you get excited, as I mentioned earlier, this is for a select number of African nations. Now, these countries are visa exempt for Morocco under very normal circumstances. And now the countries that these measure applies to are Algeria, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Gabon, Niger, Senegal, Togo, and Tunisia. Now, to access this travel authorization, eligible travelers are expected to apply online from the 25th of September. That's in 2 days' time. Remember, the tournament is from December 21, but hey, they are starting early. So the service will also integrate related fan services, including issuance of the fan ID, that is the tag that is required to access stadiums and fan zones. But this is where it gets interesting. For those who may be visiting the country during the period for reasons that are not related to the CAN, that is the Africa Cup of Nations celebration. For those who may be visiting for tourism, for business, for family, and other measures, they're expected to use a different route. So you can't even get this twisted at all, just in case you're considering whether you want to, take advantage of this route to travel. No. everything has been everything has been crossed to the T. So you need to do this only if you're traveling for the reason of enjoying Cannes live in the stadium. Now, certain groups are exempt from the authorization demand. Of course, people who are holding diplomatic passports, service special official passport holders, legal residents in Morocco with valid residency permits, of course, and travelers in transit who do not need to leave the international zones in the airport. So that's what's going on in Morocco at the moment. As I mentioned, you may hear this like, oh, you can travel to, Morocco this period. For some people, they just want to, use that route. You need to get your facts right. It's not just about saying I'm applying for this, and then when you get there, you decide to, change your mind. You know what I mean? So it's very clear. If you do it wrong, you may just be bounced upon or at the point of application. As I mentioned earlier, we're beginning from up north. From Morocco now, let's see what's happening in Egypt. Authorities yesterday in Egypt announced the presidential pardon of the activist Allah Abdel Fattah. Have you been following his story? Well, if you follow us on News Across Africa, you may have heard stories related to him. Well, there was been a statement from the president's office that said that another 5 prisoners were also pardoned. Right? Well, to the story of Abdel Fattah, who is the celebrity in the story right now. Well, his lawyer told AFP yesterday that Abdel Fattah is expected to be released from prison immediately after the state's decision is published in the country's official gazette, which is likely going to be in the next 2 days. So between today and tomorrow, we're hoping to hear that, he's returned, everything is fine now. Abdel Fattah's sister, of course, expressed her joy and excitement. She was even quoted to categorically say, "My heart will explode." His mother, who is very well alive and healthy, said she was heading to the prison where her son is held, and she said, "I would not rest until he's set free." Abdel Fattah has spent a couple of years behind bars. It's been a rising country in the country's 2011 Arab Spring uprising. The Egyptian British activist has spent most of the past decade behind bars, where he's gone on multiple hunger strikes, saying if he's not released or if something is not done about the situation, he was not going to eat. Well, he was arrested. The most recent arrest was in 2019, and he was sentenced to 5 years in jail on charges of spreading fake news. Now, over the years, he has become an emblematic of Egypt's democratic situation and all that is going on in Egypt. So he has gotten a lot of international attention, and his detention has prompted his mother to engage in a 10-month hunger strike herself. There has been a statement released on X, on the official Enshirt Egypt's X handle. It raised statement by the National Council for Human Rights, NCHR. It said the National Council for Human Rights welcomes the decision of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to grant a presidential pardon for the remainder of the sentences imposed on a number of convicts following the completion of their term. If you're interested in seeing the tweet firsthand, head on straight to X. That tweet was made yesterday, September 22, 2025, just about 2:27 p.m. Before we round off on the story, this is what the president said about granting pardon. He said, "I hope this pardon creates an opportunity to find a serious solution for prolonged pre-trial detentions and sentences against politicians and activists just because they had an opinion." Return from the break, we'll be taking more headlines. Stay with us, or more news rather. It's when it's 8, we'll be taking headlines, focusing more on headlines. Anyways, News Across Africa on Citizen FM 93.7. Just stay with us.
Stay connected to the heartbeat of the nation's capital. Tune in to FCT Today every Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. on Citizens 93.7 FM Abuja. Get the latest updates on news, events, and happenings in and around the Federal Capital Territory. From politics to entertainment, business to culture, we have got the inside scope. Join the conversation, stay informed, and be ahead of the curve. Don't miss FCT Today, every Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. on Citizens 93.7 FM Abuja. FCT Today, your window to the FCT every Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. on Citizens 93.7 FM Abuja.
kẹ́kùnrin ó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko kẹ́dùn gbọ́kọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ bẹ̀ pé ètò kan tí yóò ṣọ bí òṣùmọ̀ lójú ọ̀run ìgbádùn rẹpẹtẹ pẹ̀lú baba kéńgbé tí yóò ṣọ lórí iléeṣẹ́ Citizen FM 93.7 Àbújá ìgbádùn rẹpẹtẹ pẹ̀lú baba kéńgbé ètò alárin yóò máa mìlú títì bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti agogo 9 sí agogo 11 alalẹ́ ọjọ́ ìsinmi Sunday ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín ni Olú Tọmọrí Wílọ́mì MC Teaser baba kéńgbé ọ̀rọ̀ fún ẹ̀ jagunmúdà pèdàgbáyé làtọ́kùn ètò ẹ má gbàgbé o ìgbádùn rẹpẹtẹ pẹ̀lú baba kéńgbé lálálẹ́ Sunday ni o bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti agogo 9 títí dé agogo 11 gbáko lórí iléeṣẹ́ alálùbáríkà Citizen FM 93.7 Àbújá àbúlùdù dé o ẹ má mí ṣe o mẹ̀sì kọ̀kú.
It has just begun.
Check it out.
Rescan your dial. Now.
You found it.
You found it.
Citizen 93.7 FM. We are the best. To 93.7 Citizen FM. Based in Nigeria's capital.
Your number one radio station.
Citizen FM 93.7. That's the dial. Welcome back. We're looking at news across Africa right now before we switch things up. We've seen stories from Egypt and Morocco so far. Bringing it down now, United Nations General Assembly, that has kicked off. And the Kenyan president yesterday said, focusing on the situation in Haiti, that it can and must be solved despite logistics and resources issues that have been associated with the MSS in Haiti. He spoke at the very high-level meeting on Haiti during the UNGAO in New York. Remember, the Vice President of Nigeria has, traveled to represent Nigeria. Back to Ruto now. He said the biggest challenge the MSS faces is logistics, transport, and support. And he says if that remains unpredictable, I'm afraid the next mission may suffer the same as MSS. Let's hear him.
The biggest challenge and impediment to MSS was logistics, transport, support. If that remains unpredictable, I'm afraid the next mission may suffer the same as MSS.
In fact, there was an official tweet. I'll be taking that tweet in a bit, but let's hear the rest of the part of his message yesterday.
In the United States, they did make available logistics, vehicles, but unfortunately, most of the vehicles were second-hand vehicles, and therefore they broke down a lot many times. And in fact, it put our personnel in great danger when they broke down in very dangerous places. But at least they stepped up.
Now, back to the tweet I mentioned earlier. I said the Kenyan-led multilateral security support mission in Haiti has made historic progress. Gangs have been driven from the airport and ports. Police headquarters and academy has been restored. Roads have been reopened. These gains are proof that it is working. That's the tweet of William Ruto on his official X yesterday as well. Let's hear more from him on the situation.
The gangs, in my very honest opinion, are cowards with very minimal intervention. They have literally gone into hiding, occasionally showing up. It's a guerrilla warfare of some sort. And therefore, I thought I would use this meeting to bring to the attention of the international community that the situation in Haiti can and must be solved.
And then
The
the
mandate at the end.
applause. And then the applause. Anyway, as he has mentioned, we're hoping that everything that can be done, and the situation be arrested as soon as possible. And now, to other stories. We have Botswana in the news. It's a good time to live in Botswana. For those who enjoy public holidays, some people just like to be on holiday. They could have they could have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, public holiday. Monday, they go to work. Tuesday, public holiday is declared. Wednesday, they just want to be home again, and so on and so forth. Anyway, the president of Botswana has yet again